let's dive right into Shakur's performance. Um, so he goes the distance with Artem, the former opponent that lost to Frank Martin, that people believe that he beat Frank Martin. So before we get into the fight, do you believe that? What about that statement? Do you believe that Frank Martin lost to Artem, or do you feel like, you
No,
know,
I think I watched the fight after you mentioned it to me last week. The clips and stuff looked like Frank Martin won to me. Um,
okay.
he faded. He faded at the end. Autumn did.
Do you feel like that body shot was detrimental to the win?
Yeah, yeah. And the body shot that Shakur was throwing last night was effective, but he didn't keep. He didn't keep it up.
Right, right. So let's get into it. All right. So the first round, the first three rounds, you can see it's clearly a feel out round for Shakur Stevenson, more defensively.
Actually, the first 2 rounds, even though neither man did much, I had Autumn up because he touched Shakur to the body. He was more aggressive. I had him up the first 2 rounds.
Two? Okay.
Yeah, I had him up the first two
So
rounds.
what you have it? Total score.
Well, I gave Autumn the first two, and then Shakur, he
Sweep
swept the rest.
it?
Yeah,
Okay. So fill out rounds. I mean, you guys do a lot of fill out rounds with Tank. That's his style as well. What do you think about the fill out rounds? I feel like what did he do in the fill out rounds that he didn't do in the other rounds, and that helped? Like I thought the way he got away from his jab, I was hearing Wally Moses say that, stick with your jab. He was
because
walking him down without it.
he started sitting inside more, and that's when he stopped using the jab. But he was working inside though. He was still out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I think if he'd have followed up off the jab, it would have been more effective. You know?
His walk down game would have
Yeah,
been better.
yeah, it would have been more effective. That's so I understood exactly what Wally was talking about. But they started the last 2 or 3 rounds. They was going back and forth in the corner. You know, I heard Shakur say, "I got this. I'm ready to stop him. I'm ready to stop him." Fucked my money up last night. Dang.
So you changed your bet from 5,000 to 10,000.
Right.
Why?
Because I knew Shakur was going to come out better than he did his last performance. He had something to prove, and
Yeah.
the guy was a perfect opponent, man. He just didn't commit to the body like the guy was ready to break, man. He ain't had
Yeah.
nothing left. But Shakur don't. He'll go to the body like Floyd Mayweather, but he won't stay and commit to the body. If he would have committed to the body, he would have stopped him.
hmm
He would have stopped him.
Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, if you like content like this. We got over 500 people on the YouTube channel, only 61 likes. So show some love. We got Coach Kenny in the house. So you're seeing the fight. He gets away from his jab. Um, you change your bet from 5 to 10
That was before.
on a stoppage.
That was before the fight, though. We had decided to go up.
All right, so now the first three go in, and you have 10,000 on the line. You know
And when
that
he
he's
start,
stepping.
when he started telling his granddad, he was like, "I'm going to stop him." Like, yeah, we over here, Chip, get my money.
Yeah.
Man, I was really behind him last night. I wanted him to get that stoppage, man. But
So, all right, he's saying, "I got this, coach." Um, you're a coach. You've
one
had
of them
so many.
rounds, one of them rounds, I don't know if it was six or something, might have been the fifth. He was letting his hands go on Shakur for a few seconds. He was getting off on Shakur. And Shakur went to the corner. He looked like he was huffing and puffing.
I think it was 8.
Maybe been eight. He was huffing and puffing in the corner. I'm like, damn. And I said, that's when I started doubting him, stopping him, because I said he can't do it again the next round. He can't throw that load again. You know.
That's why I was like, damn, am I gonna hit up Kenny after he just lost 10 bands right now?
Man, I got to
I thought
Got the receipts too. Can't like wifey here.
Oh my bad. Oh shoot.
His wifey might punish me for that one.
Right, right. So all right, so he goes and he says, I got this, coach. And what do you think? You think that he got it, or do you
Yeah,
think that
I thought
mentally?
I thought he was going to turn it up, man. I mean, you can only take his word, and that was 100% Shakur last night because he was prepared to look better than what he did his last performance for his fans.
Mhm.
No excuses. That was 100% Shakur. He did his best. He ain't gonna come no better than that. But
Nah, you don't think he could get better than that, coach? You don't think
he's
he
not.
can't sit, he can't watch the film and be able to finesse that?
What I'm saying, like he was getting so much criticism from his last performance. He said he hurt his hand. So this time he got ready for this fight. He did everything. He in the gym. He prepared to look good because he had to make up for his last performance. So I'm saying he came his best. No excuses. That was the best. That was the best Shakur last night you're gonna get right there.
Mm.
He trained for that fight because he didn't want to look like he did last time. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't gonna come. He ain't gonna throw nothing no harder. It ain't shit gonna. You know what I mean? No offense, but facts, man.
So you don't think but we did say he get away from his jab. A lot of people are saying that he wasn't necessarily listening to Wally Moses. If he makes those adjustments and listens to his coach, is there a different outcome?
You gotta be able to fight a grown man off you with something. I don't care who you fight at that level that they on the rank. He's ranked. He's not fighting no guys gonna come at him, man. They're grown men.
So why didn't Artem like take advantage of that? Because
Autumn's
Frank was on his back foot.
Autumn only had 7 KOs.
Yeah.
I got amateur fighters that got more KOs than that, more stoppages than him.
But he had Frank Martin running around the ring like Tank had Frank Martin running around the ring.
But look,
Maybe not as severe.
right,
Tank was looking like a shark after the third
but
round.
he didn't hurt Frank Martin either. He's another man. He don't have a whole lot of pop, you know.
Mm,
He don't have a
okay.
whole lot.
So do you feel like the fans, from looking at that performance, do you think they're looking at a Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson fight a little bit differently?
Yeah,
Because let me hold you, Tim Bradley said after that performance, Tank Davis fight is a lot closer now.
Tim Bradley is delusional, man. You go on YouTube, look at all the comments on every page, and you see what the fans really think. You know what I mean? You see what they think. What is he going to do? What is he going to do to Tank? You know what I'm saying? That Miss Mary Matt match shit ain't gonna work.
Do you feel like he proved anything to the fans,
No,
Shakur?
I saw a whole lot of people walking out last night. They was being called for the rapture and shit. From the top of the fucking stairs to the bottom, a lot of people was leaving. It's like, wow, you know.
So, what about pocket presence? Was there more pocket presence? I mean, De Los Santos, but then again, you're over here saying that
Against
Ardo's really not a
right,
puncher. That's what you're saying.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Against Autumn, yeah, I'm gonna show off in the pocket because I ain't got nothing to gamble. It's not a gamble there. But to the casual fans that don't know, oh yeah, he's sitting in the pocket now. Oh yeah, okay. Rematch Santos again. Sit in the pockets.
Mm. So, um, now before the fight, I was listening to the post press conference, and Shakur said, they watched the Oshaki Foster and Conceição fight, and a lot of people felt like it was a robbery. You could let me know what you thought about that right after this question, but Shakur said that Wally Moses was eager in the corner to get Shakur to move his hands more, due to the fact that this, Oshaki Foster just got robbed, and this is your last fight in Top Rank. Does that do anything? Does that change anything in a fighter inside the locker room?
The mental, it can fuck with your mental. Yeah. Knowing you up next, and they just, well, so-called they robbed them, But to me, that Shockey fight, I tell this to my fighters all the time. Defense is one thing, offense is another. Defense will give you a longer career, you know what I mean? But because you slipping and you going defense, you're not scoring. That's just defense. You're losing punches. Every now and then, Foster would counter with one or two. He was doing a shoulder roll, but he wasn't responding like forward to make you miss, make you pay. Every now and then, Foster he would come with one shot here and there. The other guy was actually working. And then you don't know what the judge is looking at from their angle. Shaka, you on the ropes, and they looking at, what's the other guy's name?
Conceição.
They looking at his backside, even though he missing some shots, they thinking he landed. The defense is a good thing, but come on, hands win fights, man. Hands win fights. He wasn't busy enough last night. He wasn't busy enough. If you go back and watch the fight, yeah, he making a miss. A lot of times fighters say, "Oh, look what I did." You're not winning. You just making a man miss. Come back, make a miss, make him pay. He wasn't doing that. He was doing it in spurts last night. That was it.
You wanted that type of energy, that Keyshawn Davis energy.
Yeah.
Make a miss and
pay.
shoot.
Yeah.
Even if you can't hurt him, keep doing it until he gets hurt.
He was doing it in spurts last night. He wasn't busy enough. A lot of these young fighters, the defense is it's a beautiful thing, but you're not winning because you make a man miss. You're not winning. Hands win fights.
Yeah, that might be the title right there. But nevertheless, what you thought about that co-main event for the WBC title? A lot of people thought that was a robbery. Oshaki Foster versus Conceição.
That's the fight I was talking about, Shockey Foster.
You're talking about. Oh, I thought you was still talking about Shakur making a miss and making a pay. Oh, okay.
He was punching in spurts. Man, the shoulder roll was good, but he wasn't making him miss, making him pay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was a little bit off last. He was smooth on his feet though, as far as his footwork, but
right.
He was making a miss, but he wasn't countering back with nothing.
Right.
He was doing it in spurts. So the opponent was from the backside. You don't know where the judges was, but they was looking at. They see him. You know what I mean? Looked like he was doing something.
So, do you believe that they made the wrong call, or they made the right call?
I think they made the right call. If you go back and look at that fight, defense was beautiful. Nothing wrong with defense, but he wasn't coming back with anything.
He at the end of the fight said he thought that he pitched a shutout.
I didn't see no shutout, man. It was in spurts last night. It could have went either way. Put it like that. Could have went either way. Go back and look at it.
Yeah. Now, when we talk about, post press conference stuff, Shakur Stevenson had a shirt on, leaving a message to Bob Arum, saying that
I missed that.
He said he had a shirt just like Ryan Garcia had. with letters
Mm-hmm.
with a message in the back,
Uh,
and saying Bob Arum doesn't want his son to fight me. So, do you feel like it's
Bob Arum doesn't want his son to fight me.
yeah? So he's mentioning Loma as his son.
Wow. I don't know because it seemed like he would let him fight Shakur before he would Tank because it's in the circle. You know what I'm saying?
That's if you sign, right?
Yeah, if you sign. I
See,
didn't see that.
I'm so mixed up with this because it's like if Tank gets this Loma fight next, right? Because I hear that you guys are in negotiations. It's just like if you guys were entertaining business with Top Rank, I'm like, damn, this would have been a cool time to. But then again, I heard his contract was kind of weak. The contract that they were trying to present to him
Yeah.
was pretty.
Eh,
I don't want to go and throw out the
Yeah,
numbers if I'm not exactly
I
sure.
heard him speak on that last night. That's crazy.
So, do you feel like this is like I don't know?
It's almost like an NBA player not being satisfied. Like I'm gone. You know,
Yeah.
you offer him like what he want, what he think he's worth. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Same situation. Shakur feel like he's worth this much. If he ain't getting that much, I'm gone.
I mean, I feel like you know, it's just I don't feel like he left it like that. I feel like he said with on our interview, it's just one fight contract deals that promoters don't really like because they don't own you.
Right. They want they yeah, you're right. They want more control. They want more control. Yeah.
Facts, and it's like you can get a huge payday with Tank, and if that's really if that's on the corner,
Right.
you're not gonna necessarily want to give me top dollar for that because you're gonna want to eat off of that too.
Exactly. So I understand Shakur, you know.
Right. You think that was a good message to have? I don't know,
I,
like kind of. I was like goodbye, like that's the goodbye message
it,
because
it,
I put it on the shirt on the
if he
back.
had a better performance, it would be better, you know. If he would have performed better last night, it would have been perfect. But hey, and now the question is you worth it, you know? Are you worth it?
Yeah, you're right. Because if that shirt, you putting that shirt on after you stopped him,
Right.
that should look
Get
crazy.
that man what he wants. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Do you feel like Shakur at least, he dominated, he beat the
he,
guy up, he
he
just didn't
boxed.
really
He
get the
boxed.
job done the way to gain the casual fans, basically.
The fight fans like excitement, man. They really paying it. Everybody's not a knockout artist, but that's what they want to see. People want to see a knockout. It's not gonna happen all the time, but it's gonna happen sometime if you're a top fighter. It's gonna happen sometime, you know? I mean, how many times you gonna pull the legs, man? Shit, we come to see you knock somebody out. When it's gonna happen? That's
Right.
I'm just saying that's the mental of the fans, you know?
So, question: do you feel like Shakur Shakur has a decent walk down game from what we've seen at 130 pounds, right? At 135 pounds, he's shown us with two guys already that he could walk them down. Just showed in this last outing he couldn't break this guy down, right? He
What
couldn't break the will.
what you guys he walked down? Let me see.
He walked down Artem last night,
Oh, yeah.
and then Yoshino his debut at
Yeah,
135 and got him out of there.
yeah, I remember that. I remember that. But a walk down is not when you walk somebody down, it's a purpose behind it. You chopping them down at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, you're not just hanging around.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't chop them down.
Damn, coach, you going in detail with this coach and boxing shit
I'm
for
just
real.
saying, I'm not being smart, but that's what the
Nah,
fans.
you're getting into detail because at the end of the day, you have to chop the tree down regardless.
You take Autumn and put him in the ring with
That was my question. I said,
Abdullah Mason.
no, I
Abdullah
wanted
Mason,
to switch it up, right?
yeah,
So Haney was somebody that we never really got to see him walk down fighters, right? But he walks down Ryan Garcia, right? Didn't really work out in his favor,
exactly.
obviously, right?
So he didn't walk him down.
Right, right. But that
He
was his version of walking down
he
Ryan Garcia. That's what I'm
he
saying.
that exactly. He walked. He tried, but it didn't work in his favor.
So my question to you is, do you think that Shakur could walk down and be more successful than
He,
Devin when it comes down to Ryan Garcia?
no, because
Because he's punching
they don't have the firepower. When you walking somebody now, you gotta have firepower.
with it.
Yeah,
Because you're gambling. You're
exactly.
gambling with someone that got power.
You got to go in there and engage with some serious combat. What you bringing to the table? You gotta have
Skills.
something. He had skills last night against a man with 7 KOs. He didn't stop him.
He didn't.
How you gonna stop Ryan Garcia?
Um There's but styles make fights too, coach, because like Ryan's gifted. He has a lot of ability, right?
He got
But
power
is
too.
his
He
but I
got power.
also seen Ryan do a shoulder roll, right? That he had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
IQ wise,
but when he made that mistake, you still gotta have something to capitalize on
hey,
it.
that's him.
That's gonna hurt him.
He didn't do that. That's him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's gonna hurt him. This shit, man, you grown man shit. You gotta have something. You know
yeah.
what I mean? When you walk somebody down. Just talking about boxing in general, not just with the Shakur and Haney fight. No, you gotta shit. You gotta come
So
with heat.
yeah. No, go. My bad, coach. Go ahead.
No, I said a fighter gotta come with their heat when they walking somebody down. You know, like Cotto, he used to walk you down. Felix Trinidad walk you down. You know what I mean?
People with heat.
Yeah.
So other fights that could be in the makings for Shakur as well. William Cepeda, he got some firepower, not necessarily one punch knockout power like Trinidad or stuff like that, but he could put him together
Yeah.
and he goes forward. He just stopped Giovanni Santolin, the guy that Pitbull Cruz had a hard time with.
Man. That'll be a hell of a fight. But Shakur gotta be able to fight him off, man. A lot of times these boxers, it's called boxing. Is hit without getting hit. That sounds good, but your opponent ain't participating with that shit because that's your mindset. That's not your opponent mindset. You plan to hit and not get hit, but your opponent don't give a fuck about what you think. Now, what you gonna do when that don't work? That's why it's good to be able to do a little bit of both. You know, you got to be able to fight somebody off. Just like Keyshawn last night. His opponent wasn't Keyshawn mindset was hit, not get
No,
hit.
he
And
had to fight no matter what.
that and he did what he overcame the adversity. That's what I'm saying. Keyshawn for the hell of a fight, he made the adjustments. But his game plan wasn't to go into that type of fight last night. But
Mm.
he made adjustments when shit didn't go like he thought. Keyshawn he made the adjustments last night. And
This is my thing, coach, right? I feel like when you start boxing, you want to learn how to defend yourself first. You get your defense right, and then, I feel like when you start getting into boxing and you start getting into, you know, hundreds and hundreds of sparring rounds to thousands and stuff like that, now you're starting to learn how to like break fighters down, and I feel like breaking fighters down is probably one of the last things that you can kind of like, because a fighter you can go through your whole career not knowing how to break a fighter down.
exactly.
That's tough to do, and we see people that don't necessarily have the crack to
Right.
still break these guys down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like Mayweather. Mayweather broke people down his own way, I guess, right?
yeah, he Mayweather fought. If you look at him fight, he fight the same pace with everybody, and guys be going at him, and he just be coasting, bing, bing, having them running to shit, boom, boom, breaking them down. Next thing you know, they slow down.
And Andre Ward, not necessarily a big puncher as well,
But
was
he
breaking fighters
break
down.
you down. Yep, break you down.
So I, as and he gave himself a C. Shakur gave himself a C performance.
Last night,
Yeah.
that's good. I think he was a bit more than a C last night. Though he just don't have no steam on his shots, man. Boxing IQ is beautiful, but when you're there with another grown man, you gotta have something to neutralize his ass when he's trying to jump on you.
Yeah.
And then whenever Shakur fight a top 10 guy, that's what they mental at. But they going into the fight thinking he ain't got no pops, they're not gonna be scared of him. You know?
Hmm.
Even if he win his next 10 fights, they're gonna be hard fights because everybody trying to get him, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody trying to get him because they feel like he can't hurt him.
Mm.